You're too that you got a motherfucker. Come on, man. You got it. Come on, man. Let's go.
What if I told you that one man could make history by doing something that no other fighter has ever done before? What if we told you that this man is Leon Edwards, the current UFC welterweight champion, who is set to face Islam Makhachev, the current UFC lightweight champion, at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi? Well, that's exactly what we're going to tell you now. Leon Edwards is a highly skilled fighter with a 12-fight winning streak, yet he's constantly overlooked for title shots and big-name opponents. He's been criticized for his fighting style, but has shown he can beat anyone in any style. Edwards became the UFC welterweight champion earlier this year when he avenged his only loss in the last decade by knocking out Kamaru Usman in the 5th round of their rematch at UFC 278. It was a stunning performance by Edwards, who dominated Usman with his superior striking and movement and landed his devastating head kick that sent Usman crashing to the canvas. Edwards became the first fighter to finish Usman in his professional career and the first British fighter to win a UFC title since Michael Bisping in 2016. He also became the second fighter to win a UFC title after losing to Usman in their first fight, following Colby Covington's upset victory over Usman at UFC 269. However, Edwards was not satisfied with just being the welterweight champion. He wanted to challenge himself even more and prove that he was the best fighter in the world, pound for pound. That's why he accepted a short-notice offer to fight Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title at UFC 294 after Charles Oliveira pulled out due to injury. Makhachev is widely regarded as one of the most dominant and dangerous fighters in the UFC. With a 21-1 record and a 10-fight winning streak, he is also a close friend and training partner, Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is considered by many as the greatest lightweight of all time. Makhachev has inherited Khabib's wrestling and grappling skills, as well as his relentless pressure and cardio. He's also improved his striking and submission over the years, making him a well-rounded threat in every aspect of the game. He became the lightweight champion earlier this year when he submitted Dustin Poirier in the 3rd round of their fight at UFC 276. Many people think that Edwards is making a huge mistake by taking this fight on short notice and that he is biting off more than he can chew. They think that Makhachev will be too big, too strong, too skilled, and too motivated for Edwards to handle. They think that Makhachev will take Edwards down at will, control him on the ground, and either submit him or pound him out. They think that Edwards will lose his welterweight title as well as his lightweight title shot and ruin his legacy in the process. However, we think that Edwards has what it takes to pull off one of the biggest upsets in UFC history and make history himself by becoming a 2-division champion. Here are some of the reasons why we believe in Edwards. First of all, Edwards is not afraid of anyone or anything. He has faced adversity throughout his life and his career, and he has always overcome it with courage and determination. He has never backed down from a challenge or an opportunity, and he has always fought with passion and pride. He has a warrior spirit. That cannot be broken or shaken by anyone. Second of all, Edwards is not new to fighting at lightweight. He started his professional career as a middleweight and then moved down to welterweight, where he found his optimal weight class. However, he has also fought at lightweight before, and he has done well there. He has a 3-1 record at lightweight, with his only loss coming by split decision to Claudio Silva in the UFC debut. He's also beaten some notable lightweights, such as Peter Sabata and Seth Bogzinski. He knows how to cut weight safely and effectively, and he knows how to adjust his game plan according to his opponent's size and style. Third of all, Edwards is a very versatile and adaptable fighter. He can fight in any range, in any position, and any situation. He can strike with the best of them, using his speed, accuracy, power, and variety. He can wrestle with the best of them, using his strength, technique, timing, and defense. He can grapple with the best of them, using his flexibility, intelligence, transitions, and submission. He can also fight at any pace, whether it's fast or slow, aggressive or defensive, explosive or steady. He can switch gears and strategies at any moment and keep his opponents guessing and confused. Fourth of all, Edwards is a very smart and strategic fighter. He studies his opponents carefully and he prepares for them meticulously. He listens to his coaches and follows their instructions. He analyzes his strengths and his weaknesses, and he works on improving them constantly. He also learns from his mistakes and experiences, and he applies them to his future fights. He knows how to exploit his opponent's flaws and vulnerabilities, and he knows how to avoid their strengths and traps. He knows when to attack and when to retreat, when to pressure and when to contour, when to pressure and when to counter, when to finish and when to conserve. First of all, Edwards is a very motivated and confident fighter. He has a clear vision of what he wants to achieve in his career, and he has a strong will to make it happen. He has a lot of respect for his opponents, but he has also a lot of belief in himself. He does not let anyone or anything distract him or discourage him from his goals. He does not let pressure or the expectations get to him or affect him negatively. He does not let the odds or the critics influence him or intimidate him. He trusts himself and his abilities, and he backs himself up with his actions. Sixth of all, Edwards is a very experienced and seasoned fighter. He's been fighting professionally since 2011, and he has faced some of the best fighters in the world in different promotions and countries. He has fought in Cage Warriors, Bama, and UFC, and he has competed in England, Ireland, Poland, Croatia, Singapore, and the United States. He's also fought in different arenas and environments, from small venues to large stadiums, from cold climates to hot climates, from sea level to high altitude. He's seen it all and done it all, and he knows how to handle any situation or circumstance that he may encounter in his fights. Seventh of all, Edwards is a very hungry and driven fighter. He's got a lot of ambition and aspiration in his career, and he's not satisfied with just being a champion. He wants to be a legend. He wants to be the best. He wants to make history. He wants to leave a lasting legacy in the sport. He's not complacent or content with his achievements, and he's always looking for new challenges and opportunities to prove himself and improve himself. He's not afraid of taking risks or making sacrifices for his goals. He's willing to do whatever it takes to reach the top of that mountain. Eighth of all, Edwards is a very humble and respectful fighter. He does not trash talk or disrespect his opponents, and he does not boast or brag about himself. He does not let his ego or pride get in the way of his performance or his personality. He is always gracious and courteous to his fellow fighters, his fans, and his critics. He acknowledges his mistakes and flaws, and he gives credit where credit is due. He's a true martial artist who embodies the values of honor, integrity, and sportsmanship. There are some of the reasons why we think that Leon Edwards will make UFC history by becoming a two-division champion at UFC 294. Of course, we're not saying that it will be easy or guaranteed for him. No. We are well aware of the challenges and risks that he faces in the fight. We know that Islam Makhachev is a formidable opponent who deserves all the respect and praise that he gets. We know that anything can happen in MMA, especially in a title fight between two elite fighters. We know that Edwards will have to perform at his absolute best, and maybe even beyond that, to pull off this historic feat. But we also know that Edwards is capable of doing it. We've seen him do amazing things before, and we believe that he can do it again. We have faith in him as a fighter and a champion. We have faith in him as a history maker. So there you have it, fight fans. There's our take on why Leon Edwards will make UFC history by becoming a two-division champion at UFC 294. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree with us? Do you think that Edwards will shock the world and beat Makhachev? Or do you think that Makhachev will retain his title and stop Edwards' dream? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support and feedback.